inside SpaceX's expanding Starbase City in Texas. When people think of SpaceX, the first images that come to mind are rockets piercing through the atmosphere and satellites orbiting the Earth. But behind these awe-inspiring launches lies a physical hub unlike any other, the Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. What began as a remote launch site has now grown into something much bigger, a futuristic city devoted to making humanity multiplanetary. Starbase is not just a launch pad. It's a living, breathing ecosystem where engineers, scientists, and dreamers work on the boldest project of all, turning Mars into our next home. The birth of Starbase. SpaceX first chose Boca Chica in 2014 for its southernmost location in Texas, just a stone's throw from the Gulf of Mexico and the Mexican border. The area's isolation, open waters, and proximity to the equator made it perfect for rocket testing and launches. Initially, it was simply a launch site, but with the rise of the Starship program, the fully reusable rocket designed to carry humans to the Moon and Mars, SpaceX needed something much larger than a pad. That's when Starbase was born. Elon Musk envisioned not just a launch facility, but an entire city built around humanity's leap into space. Starship and the need for a city. Starship isn't just another rocket. It's the largest and most powerful spacecraft ever built. Standing nearly 400 feet tall when stacked with its super-heavy booster, it dwarfs anything NASA or the world has ever launched. Constructing, testing, and launching such a massive vehicle requires constant iteration, cutting-edge infrastructure, and a workforce dedicated to pushing the limits. Thus, SpaceX couldn't rely on a few facilities alone. It needed a permanent, expanding base of operations, factories, housing, restaurants, and laboratories. Starbase became not just a testing ground, but the headquarters of a movement. From Boca Chica Village to Starbase. Boca Chica Village was once a quiet coastal community of retirees and beach lovers. When SpaceX moved in, the landscape changed dramatically. Many residents sold their homes to SpaceX, while others held out, creating a unique tension between the old village and the emerging Starbase City. Today, Boca Chica is barely recognizable. Towering rocket stages, massive steel tanks, and futuristic structures dominate the skyline. What was once a sleepy beach town is now the front line of the space age. The mega factories of Starbase. One of the most striking features of Starbase is the rise of massive manufacturing tents and high-tech factories. Here, engineers work around the clock to weld stainless steel, assemble engines, and test flight hardware. The iconic high bay and mega bay structures tower above the landscape, serving as assembly plants for Starship prototypes. Each new rocket iteration is built on-site, often within weeks of the last test. Unlike traditional aerospace methods, where rockets are built slowly and cautiously, SpaceX treats Starbase like a giant laboratory. Failures are expected, and every explosion is a step closer to success. Housing the space pioneers. Starbase isn't just a workplace. It's slowly transforming into a place where people live. To sustain the hundreds of employees and contractors working there, SpaceX has built housing facilities, trailers, and community spaces. Elon Musk has even suggested building a more permanent city around Starbase, complete with restaurants, schools, and recreational facilities. The vision is to create a thriving town where residents are united by a singular purpose: building the vehicles that will carry humanity to Mars. In essence, Starbase is not just an industrial complex. It's a model for future colonies on other planets. The role of the local community. While SpaceX's expansion has fueled excitement, it has also raised challenges. Environmentalists have raised concerns about the impact of rocket launches on the delicate coastal ecosystem, home to endangered species like the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. Local residents, too, have expressed mixed feelings. Some embrace the jobs and tourism, while others lament the loss of the quiet beach town they once knew. One of the most striking features of Starbase is the rise of massive manufacturing tents and high-tech factories. Here, engineers work around the clock to weld stainless steel, assemble engines, and test flight hardware. The iconic high bay and mega bay structures tower above the landscape, serving as assembly plants for Starship prototypes. Despite this, Starbase has turned Brownsville, the nearest city, into a hotspot for technology and aerospace jobs. The once economically struggling region now finds itself at the heart of humanity's future. The spectacle of rocket testing. Starbase has become a global attraction. Every time SpaceX schedules a test flight, thousands of people from around the world flock to South Texas to witness history in the making. The sight of a massive rocket roaring into the sky, or even exploding in flames, has become a defining image of the new space race. Each launch brings lessons. Whether a Starship lands successfully or crumples on impact, SpaceX takes the data, improves the design, and rolls out the next prototype. This rapid pace of development is what makes Starbase unique. Failure is not avoided, it's embraced as progress. Starbase and the Mars vision. At the heart of Starbase lies Elon Musk's ultimate goal, making humanity multiplanetary. Musk has stated that he hopes to build a self-sustaining city on Mars within the next few decades. To achieve that, SpaceX needs to build, test, and launch thousands of Starships, and the only place that can support this vision is Starbase. Every weld made in a Boca Chica factory, every test firing of a Raptor engine, and every experimental launch is a small step toward a much bigger future. Starbase is the proving ground for interplanetary travel. The future of Starbase City. Looking ahead, Starbase is set to expand even more dramatically. SpaceX has already invested billions into its development, and future plans include more factories, advanced launch pads, expanded housing, and perhaps even tourism facilities. Elon Musk has hinted that Starbase could eventually house tens of thousands of people, functioning as a true space city on Earth. As the Starship program matures, Starbase could also become the hub for lunar missions under NASA's Artemis program, Mars cargo deliveries, and even point-to-point Earth travel, where Starship rockets transport passengers across the globe in under an hour. Conclusion: the first step toward the stars. Starbase in Texas is more than a launch site. It's a glimpse into the future. It represents humanity's boldest attempt to leave Earth behind and venture into the cosmos. What was once a quiet coastal village is now a futuristic city of steel, fire, and ambition. Whether Starbase eventually becomes the Cape Canaveral of the 21st century or the launchpad for humanity's journey to Mars, one thing is clear: history is being written in Boca Chica. And for those who stand on its sandy shores and watch a Starship rise into the sky, the feeling is unmistakable. This is where the future begins. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.